Hello, and welcome to the Berlin portion of the Churches in Germany video series. In this portion of the series, we'll be looking at one specific aspect of the Berlin landscape, the Berliner Dom, a really important landmark in Berlin, and it houses a lot of things, which is why we're doing this all in one video for this portion for Berlin. So let's jump right into it and go see the Berliner Dom. Alright, so here we are at the Berlin Cathedral, one of the main staples in Berlin. Now let's go see if we can take a look inside.
The Berliner Dom, or the Berlin Cathedral, goes back to around the 15th century. Some of the buildings were originally part of the Berlin City Palace. In 1888, the German Emperor Wilhelm II looked to redesign the church. The emperor looked to not only make the cathedral a place of worship, but also a power symbol for the German country and its imperial monarchy. The designs can be seen in the cathedral's grandiose architecture outside and within the church. The cathedral is surrounded by a massive dome while being flanked by 4 towers at each angle. The historic organ housed within the cathedral also makes for outstanding services and special concerts. Beneath the cathedral is the crypt, which contains nearly 100 burial monuments across 5 centuries. There is also a historical museum of the cathedral inside, along with an amazing panoramic view outside that offers tourists an amazing view of the landscape of Berlin.
So some very interesting things inside the Berlin Cathedral or the Berliner Dom. And I actually took those photos after there was a service in the Berlin Cathedral. So you couldn't take pictures during the service, so I waited after that. And I was lucky enough into the service to get a video of the organ being played within the church. So I just want to give y'all a quick look at that. It's truly amazing what comes out the organ. Let's take a look. Wow. Now isn't that just music to your ears? An amazing sound out of an amazing organ that's housed in an amazing cathedral and church. So some very interesting things, and there's even more interesting things with the high rise and the landscape of the church you can see from atop the Berliner Dom, which you can go up. It's about 244 steps, but I would say it's worth the view. So let's take a look at it and see the amazing view we got. Wow. So that church was amazing, obviously, and that's why it's one of the major tourist destinations in Berlin. And what made it even better was that panoramic view of the whole city of Berlin. That was just crazy to me. So I highly suggest going see this church right here. It's one of the staples in Berlin. It costs $10 for adults, maybe a little bit cheap for students and kids. And then another thing I would say is that it's about 200 steps to the top to get to that panoramic view. So if that's up for you, then go do that. But if it's not up for you, then yeah, take it as you will. And with that, this segment of the Berlin portion of the Churches in Germany video series has come to an end. In the next part, part 2 of the Berlin segment, we will be looking at some other churches around Berlin. So I'll see you there, and we'll look at some more churches together.